In the heart of an ancient, sprawling jungle, untouched by man, where emerald leaves danced with every breeze and sunlight pierced the canopy in golden shafts, lived a lion named Zarak. Zarak was not only the king of the jungle, but a legend among beasts. His presence was thunderous, his decisions fair, and his rule absolute. Other animals did not just fear him, they respected him. But hidden behind his proud golden mane was the story of a king who had learned leadership through pain, failure, and growth. Zarak had a son named Leo. Unlike his father, Leo was still learning, still wild with the excitement of youth. His roars were loud but unseasoned, his muscles strong but untested. Every day, Leo would run through the jungle, showing off his strength, challenging panthers to races, trying to pin down boars and outroar hyenas. He believed that strength was power, and power meant leadership. One day, he would boast, "I will be greater than father. They will fear me more than they feared him." Zarak would watch his son with a soft smile, but a heavy heart. He remembered when he too had believed that being king meant being the strongest, the fastest, the fiercest. But time had taught him otherwise. Now, he waited patiently for the jungle to teach Leo what he could not simply tell him. Then came the drought. It started with a strange heat in the air, heavier than usual. The rivers began to thin, the trees drooped in exhaustion, and the skies stayed dry for weeks. The jungle, once a haven of abundance, was now thirsty and silent. Animals fought over muddy puddles, prey grew scarce. The balance Zarak had maintained for years began to crumble. Leo saw this as his chance. "Father, let me handle it," he said one morning, eyes burning with determination. "Let me lead a group to find new water sources. Let me show you what I can do." Zarak looked at his son for a long time. "Leo, this drought is not just about finding water. It's about keeping the jungle together when everyone is desperate. It's about wisdom, not just strength." Leo bristled. "You think I'm not wise enough? Not strong enough? Let me prove it." With a reluctant nod, Zarak allowed him to go. Leo rallied a group of young animals, hyenas, cheetahs, and a few young buffaloes, and they set out. After 2 days of travel, they discovered a small hidden watering hole deep in the southern cliffs. It was just enough for their group. Leo claimed it. When thirsty travelers arrived, smaller animals, older creatures, families, Leo turned them away. "We found it. It's ours. We need to stay strong. Survival comes first." Word of this spread through the jungle like wildfire. Tensions escalated. Skirmishes broke out. Friends turned on each other. The jungle was unraveling. Zarak, meanwhile, did not panic. He gathered the elders, wise elephants, ancient tortoises, and old monkeys, and began searching for a deeper solution. With their knowledge and Zarak's leadership, they unearthed an ancient stream bed buried under stones and roots. It would take days of digging, but it could provide enough water for all. As the animals dug together, they sang songs of unity. They worked through hunger and heat, side by side, regardless of species or strength. Slowly, water began to flow. Meanwhile, back at the southern cliffs, Leo's group had started to fracture. Arguments broke out. Fights over who drank how much. Distrust spread like poison. Leo felt overwhelmed. One night, as Leo sat alone by the water, he saw a line of exhausted animals walking away. He asked where they were going. "To the stream. Your father found a way for all of us," said a deer. "All of you? Even the weak?" "Especially the weak." That hit Leo harder than any blow. He looked around at the animals sleeping in fear and tension. He realized he hadn't built strength, he had built walls. He raced back to the heart of the jungle. What he saw stunned him. Animals of every kind, drinking, resting, laughing together. His father stood watching, tired but calm. Leo approached, head lowered. "I failed. I thought strength was about control, about power." Zarak placed a paw on his son's shoulder. "You were brave to try, but now you are wiser. Real strength isn't in domination, it's in compassion, in knowing when to lead and when to listen." Leo helped dig more channels for the stream. He brought his group back, apologized to those he had turned away. He started listening, helping, teaching. In time, the jungle healed. Months passed, The drought ended, trees bloomed again, rivers flowed freely. But something else had bloomed too, Leo's spirit. Years later, when Zarak grew old and stepped down, he named Leo the new king. Not because he was the strongest, but because he was the wisest. Under Leo's rule, the jungle did not just survive, it thrived. Tribes that once avoided each other began to live in harmony. Conflicts became councils, power became purpose. And every young cub, every fawn, every pup grew up hearing the story of the lion who learned that real strength lies not in your roar, but in your reason. Moral of the story? True strength is not about how loudly you roar, but how wisely you lead. Leadership, compassion, and unity always outweigh fear, ego, and force.